Hello, thank you for joining me again on Walk With Me Tarot, where we're on this journey together. I'm doing a collective reading, and this will be for the sign of Cancer, which is June 21st to July 22nd. Okay, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning, I do appreciate all your support. Again, and the new people, I hope that there's something in this channel that you can benefit from. I do take suggestions and comments in the box below. Truly appreciate it, and we're trying to read and integrate each one. Thank you. So again, we're going to do a general reading. This is going to be for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Take what resonates. If it does not, just leave it on the table. Someone else can come along and grab that. And here we go. So the cards have been pre-shuffled already. I got them set up here in my little band. First card we have right for you is the Five of Wands. This again is for Cancer. Five of Wands, Sun, Moon, Rising. And I hope you can see that. Try to get my lights fixed. Hope it's not too much of a glare in there for you. Five of Wands is usually that card of competition. It usually represents a lot of tension going on. Can be arguments. It's like trying to win at all costs. So you're not seeing the bigger picture, you're just trying to get to the top. This can cause a lot of frustration, tension, that almost fighting the need to be right no matter what. This can be business, this can be family relationships. But it's definitely a card that is representing some kind of conflict of some sort. All right, let's check it out here. The next card for you, Cancer, is the Devil. Okay, now we're starting to see something here. Let me see. The Devil, this card usually signifies toxicity, some toxic situation. So it looks like already we're seeing with the Five of Wands and the Devil that this situation is a toxic situation. So you're trying to win at all costs in this situation, as it seems right now. Even though it's like a sense of codependence, this can be worked too in relationships. Codependency works that way. If it's toxic, it's toxic. If it's not for your good, it's usually toxic. If it's not helping you grow, let it go. This is almost feeling trapped in that situation as well. Like not seeing options, no way out. And it's usually an unhealthy, like I said, unhealthy attachment, a toxic situation. So we have for Cancer here the second card, which is the Devil. And you see it says the card of freedom, letting go. So let's continue on and see what this says for you, Cancer, because we have right now freedom, letting go. The next card that's coming up for you is the Three of Swords. Oh, yeah. Okay. Excuse me here. Three of Swords for you now, Cancer. This card has meanings, and people say heartache, but I also see that healing. Sometimes you have to go through a heartache to heal, especially if it's a relationship that's ending, that's not doing you any good. You've been in it for a long time. It seemed like it was working at the time, and now you're starting to see patterns that's not benefiting in any way, starting to creep on as toxic or unhealthy. And this card is also like it's a necessary, painful, honest separation. This is when you're looking deep inside and like, this ain't working. We got to let this go. And that's when you start to see the honesty there. And sometimes the honesty is walking away. Painful truths. Okay, let's go ahead, Cancer, and continue on for you. The next card we have after Three of Swords for Cancer. This is for May 2026 collective reading. I have the Six of Swords. So this, I don't know if you know your your tarot cards, but if you do know, you see this is walking away from a toxic situation. This is the Six of Swords is usually moving away from something, going to calmer shores. This is usually moving away painfully, sometimes quickly, just because they're not taking anything with them when they're gone. On my light seer card, you can see the woman and child in the boat with nothing, moving forward to calmer shores. And this is definitely leaving a situation behind. So what I'm seeing for you right now, Cancer, is that this chaotic situation, it's at its peak. Okay, it's done. It's almost it's at its moment when everything you could possibly learn, grow, get from it has come, and it's now time to move forward because all you're feeling now is disappointment. That's where these arguments are coming from now. A lot of this is just complete disappointment, frustration, not sure what direction to go. So instead of trying to make a movement, it becomes an argument because it can be, and you don't move because that becomes almost normal as well when you get into those situations when you're constantly back and forth arguing, and not able to make a move. That can become a whole different situation because it's just as toxic and unhealthy, and you can stay stagnant or stuck in that as well. So this is definitely trying, or it's not even trying, it's needing. Also, it's difficult. This transition is very difficult for you, Cancer, but it is necessary. This is moving toward emotional healing, and you have to leave that past situation behind. You're going to have to walk away for this overall healing. So if you're in this situation or find yourself even in a business, come on, guys, work too. Sometimes we stay in toxic work relations because we don't see other avenues. Have you ever told yourself, well, I like to leave, but I can't because I need to pay the bills? Leave it at that. There we go. All right. So sometimes we close off those avenues when we get panicky like that, or we get in that mood of or mindset of scarcity. That's what that comes from. So let's clarify a little bit for you, Cancer. We have the next card to clarify for that Five of Wands. We have Knight of Cups, okay? So this is definitely following your heart. So even trying to be right. Maybe you're going through a situation and you see the patterns and it's not working and you're trying to explain or even clarify or even engage with this other person or other situation. Let them know how you're feeling and it's not working. It's becoming a competition now. Oh, let's see whose feelings is hurt worse today kind of thing, or who can make each other the most mad today. However it is, everybody has their situations, but this is definitely following your heart. So maybe this argument, and it may not even be to the point where you have to separate in that sense, but you're going to have to definitely follow your heart into whatever passion or direction it's going, and it feels like there's a little bit of a blockage or a stalemate due to the situation, not able to see, and because it's painful. Transitions, change can be scary. So, but this is definitely promising a lot of calmer shores by just following your heart. And sometimes that requires sacrificing too to do that. It definitely does. So this is going after what what makes you happy. This is definitely it can be inspiration. It can be emotionally rested, like the Knight of Cups. uh, So definitely have that. Knight of Cups can also be romantic proposal, but to me it feels like you're walking away from situation into something else. And this proposal could possibly be business. Who knows? It could be something you're walking away from a situation and you were kind of in between, not sure, and now you're seeing clarity and starting to understand that in order to move forward, you're going to have to walk away from the situation that you've gotten very comfortable in, because it isn't really comfortable after all. The next card that you have after that Knight of Cups is the Two of Swords. What did I just say? Decision. Two of Swords here. I didn't even see this. But the Two of Swords is the Knight of Cups. So following your heart. And the Two of Swords is usually that standoff, that decision. It's usually a female with the blindfold on, knowing in her mind, gut what to do, but trying to find other reasons to not make transitions. You know what I mean? And that's again when we get comfortable. So this is definitely crossroads. You're at a crossroads where it's coming out where you're going to have to make a decision in order for peace. This is also being like at a mental block, not wanting to leave based on this, or avoidance in a relationship and you're avoiding the truth, or like definitely it's a time to weigh options. It is definitely time to weigh your options and see what direction and what matters most at this time. 2026, definitely time to follow your heart. Life is short. I don't know if you're getting older, but life is speeding up. I'm noticing that. So it's time to start taking those chances and finding out what makes you happy overall. Because it seems when you make the decision that makes you happy, Cancer, you're going to have that Ten of Pentacles. That's that long-term success. This is what most people are looking for, that stability. It's that financial security, able to relax and enjoy life and take it in even more. Family and foundations, whatever your version of success is, because everyone's different. You know, not everybody thinks money is the is the way to peace, you know. Family can be that support, as well as friends, or however your connections that are supporting you on your journey. So you definitely have Ten of Pentacles, and this can lead to a lot of long-term success and happiness for you, just because you made a decision. Sometimes when we're in the middle of something, the hardest part is to make a decision. Once you decide to accept whatever decision you go, or which direction you go, it's almost a sigh of relief just to have a direction to go. So if you're in this situation right now, Cancer, where it's feeling like you're stuck, caught between a rock and a hard place, it's a lot more uncomfortable, a little bit more conflict, then it's time to start asking yourself those hard truths. Looking inward to see exactly what it is that you want so that you can go ahead and move forward. Again, that's that Three of Swords, that painful truth. Because also what I'm seeing for you right here, Cancer, when you decide to make, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of choices for you out there. And you're a little bit overwhelmed by some of these choices. Some are good for you, some are bad for you, but you never know until you decide. And when I say bad, it doesn't mean like it's going to cause you harm. It's just that you're able to figure out what you need to do when you're moving in a direction, taking a step, not trying to run, you're just taking that next step. You'd be surprised. People come out the woodworks that support you. Opportunities come out the woodworks. But you got to be willing to look at your situation with a clear eye. See it for what it is. So it feels like it was an invested. This was definitely, I feel like, relationship more. And well, let me say job too, because some of us get emotionally invested in our jobs. And this is like you're tied to a scenario. So it feels like there's something you feel like right where you are is promising more long-term security, even though the situation isn't as pleasant as you would like it to be, meaning that there's a lot more emotional turmoil or competition. You know, say for instance, you're getting passed over for promotions at jobs and you know you're qualified. There's a feeling of internal conflict and even a competition. You're trying to be, you know, do better and promote yourself in the eyes of your higher ups, and that can be frustrating. Now you have a decision. Okay, yeah, the job pays good, but I'm never going to move past this position as long as I'm staying here. That can be scary. Or you're in a relationship. I invested so much time in this relationship. Yes, it's not moving, and we've tried different avenues to try to get it moving, counseling, whatever. Then you have a decision. But this is definitely emotionally invested. It can be giving up a job to pursue a hobby, or a hobby that you want to make more of a permanent part of your everyday. Meaning it started as a hobby, but now you're making a choice. Is my job fulfilling, or is this potential opportunity fulfilling? Again, that's that Seven of Cups. You never know until you make a move. But to me, once you make a move, you're going to find some kind of stability. And either way, you'll know what to do and what not to do to continue on your journey. Okay? So I hope that helps somebody out there, Cancer. I'm having a little hard time reading there we go, my timer. But I hope that helps. So what I have for you again, Cancer, is like there's a situation that you're definitely emotionally, man, I can't talk, invested in. Make that decision. Look at that whole picture and make the best decision for you, because it's going to be forced upon you to be made if you don't decide to make the decision. It's getting to the point where it's at the end of its rope and a change has to be made. It's needed desperately. So take time, go inward. If you meditate, walk outside. Those who are your confidants, Take time to go through this decision, and then just know when you make it, that's where you find a little bit more peace in who you are because that decision is made. I hope this helped, Cancer. Thank you so much for taking time out your day, listening to me on Walk With Me Tarot. And I'm sending positive energy. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.